Welcome back, guildmates. Welcome to episode 20, officially this time. Funny story. I just finished recording an episode thinking I was recording episode 50, so my intro and everything is for episode 50. Or not 50. Why am I saying 50? Episode 20. Episode 20. My head is all over the place apparently right now. But the problem is that I didn't record episode 20. It was episode 21. And I was like, what happened? Because I initially pressed 21. Somehow the episode skipped when I was fiddling around with the beginning of 20, trying to get it to just pause at 0 seconds so I could start from the very, very beginning. But yeah, for some reason it skipped ahead to 21. So I just did a reaction to episode 21 earlier than I thought I would. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, it will be Friday, hopefully, when you see this, which means you will not see that reaction until Monday morning. So, yeah, there's that. So just keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that I talk about in the intro was meant for episode 20 because I thought I was jumping straight into it. And yeah, move on from there. Those of you on Patreon, you're going to see it tonight, so it doesn't even matter. And I'm recording on Thursday, so you'll get episode 20 and 21 on Thursday. Probably the last 4 episodes will be sometime over the weekend. And just a quick update for everybody, since this is coming out on Friday. That means for YouTubers, for those of you on YouTube, tomorrow, which will be Saturday the 13th, I will be on the Fat Dog Studios channel. If you're a patron of $10 or more, I'll be doing a writing. I'll be doing a writing kind of live stream, talking about how to, essentially I'm giving a writing panel live over the internet. So yeah, stuff to do with Menu-sama. That having been said, that's what's up with me. And just to catch you up, one of the things that I didn't mention earlier is that another string of bad luck on top of like all the edits and stuff, because you'll hear about that in episode 20, in episode 21. But I'll just reiterate, there were some sound issues going through with episode 16, 17, and half of 18, and that's all my fault. And you'll get the explanation of that in episode 21. But on top of all that stuff happening yesterday and me having to pull a really long amount of time out to edit those and put them all up, as you can see, episodes 15 through 19 went up today. It was ridiculous. But yeah. So on exercise related, because I'd been talking about that in health stuff, I will not be able to use my bike for a while because the back tire burst, which is always a lot of fun, and the brakes are out on my back tire, so gotta get those looked at and fixed, and that's gonna cost a bit of money that I don't have. So if you'd like to help me out with stuff like that, probably the best way that you can do that is to become a Patreon, or it is to become a patron, because I put up a lot of content exclusively for our patrons. And guys, I'll be recording a bunch of My Hero Academia, and I'm already ahead by 1 episode on next week's Haikyu stuff. But tomorrow's going to be all manga dubs all day. And I've got last week's manga chapters that I got to record, and this week's manga chapters. Stuff that came out today, stuff that came out, stuff that's coming out tomorrow. Like, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I got to record. So remember, guys, Saturdays is usually when everything manga dub related will come out for patrons. And then Mondays is when it goes up for... it goes up publicly on YouTube. So if you want to get all that stuff early, please make sure to become a patron. And if you want full episode reactions, also become a patron, because I don't edit anything for my patrons. You're getting everything from start to finish. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into episode 20 finally, which is, like I said earlier, Oikawa Toru is not a genius. That's what it's called. Also, I'm much closer to my mic because I wasn't being heard clearly last time in the last one. So, guys, this is just trial and error. I'm not recording the audio from myself through Audacity anymore. If I record it straight through here and I don't have to sync up any audio, that essentially means that I don't have to worry about any of the editing issues that I would have with Patreon. I can just straight out send stuff through Patreon without much edits. So as soon as I get done recording this, I can just put it up on Drive and send it to Patreon. Yeah. See, if I'd have been paying attention, I would have realized that that was episode 21, and I'd have... Yep, he hit a home run. Oikawa was really paying attention. Damn. Yep. Like I said, man, Karasuno will absorb all the other techniques that they see that they think are useful. And they will grow more and more from that process. That has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, that serve was crazy. That was pretty damn impressive. I love it. Boogie! The freaking noises that Hinata makes. Oh my god, they're the best. I love that he turns around and starts explaining. It's very surprising to even his buddy. He's like, why are you talking to the high school girls? Leave him alone, man. Yeah, Oji-san. Super true. Nice one. Soy! Soy! Mm-hmm. Super troublesome. Oikawa really is talented. Very talented. Whether you call him a genius or not is debatable, but he's extremely talented. Does he feel refreshed now? Yeah. I gotta remember, this isn't the second set, this is the first set. Because I've still got episode 21 in the brain, so I'm thinking, oh, it's the second set. Yeah, that's the difference right now, is lack of ability and trust in your teammates. You don't have enough of it. Yeah, Hinata should have said something at that moment to snap him out of it. I don't know if he's... I know in this episode he definitely isn't, but I don't know if right now Kageyama is still a complete setter. And that's the end of the episode right there. You earned that one, Kageyama, man. You are not... You're not talking, you're not expressing anything, you're terrible communication. So, yeah, I know there are people that probably felt bad for Kageyama. Oh, it would help if I actually hit the correct mouse. Okay, I know there are probably a lot of people who felt very bad for Kageyama in this episode. I'm not one of them, even when I first watched this episode, because he really did get what he deserved there. And I mean, that's on him, because, you know, lack of communication and just constantly letting himself be buried in the pressure of it all. Now, true enough, his teammates could have said something to kind of snap him out of it and everything, but like Inoshita will do in the next episode, in a way. But I mean, so there's a little bit of blame going everywhere. I think Hinata could have easily snapped him out of it, but whatever. That having been said, let's go to the stuff that I wrote down. Oikawa is very good at reading moods of his teammates as well as his opponent, and I think that's his biggest strength. Like going through like how easily he's able to talk to everyone else and just kind of like bring out the best in them, and also apply pressure the way he did with Tanaka through Kindaichi's serves. That was really well done. I like the fact that Kageyama and Suga figured out that Kageyama knew about their code words. But it did happen kind of early on, and they still kept with it because they were testing to see if that really was what the timeout was about. But I like that they caught on to that. I also like the contrast between episodes 20 and episode 21. Like there's a giant contrast in them. Like if I were to describe episode 20, it would be pressure, because that's overwhelmingly what was felt in this episode. It was pressure all day long on Karasuno as a whole, but specifically on Tanaka and also on Kageyama. So there's a lot of pressure there. Whereas episode 21 is pretty much, I think the word that could be said is relaxed. Like it's a much more relaxed atmosphere, and that's beautiful. I love that about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. I really, really enjoy. I thought this was a good episode. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed 21. 21's a really good episode, and then we've got 4 more, guys. We've only got 4 more to go after this because I watched 21 first. But for those of you watching this, 5 more to go. That being said, though, guys, that's going to end it for me for this week's batch. I will be recording next week's batch very soon. Obviously, I've already started on accident, but I've already started. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Later, Gators!